Hello, welcome to Candy Shoppe Yarns, where everything is sugar-free and high in fiber. I'm Deborah, the owner of Candy Shoppe Yarns, and this is the ultimate destination for knitting and crochet enthusiasts. Hello, I'm so happy to see you. It has been a bit, it is episode 29, June 3rd, 2024. In this episode, I have two winners that I'm going to announce first of all for the Mermaid Make-Along, Mermaid Mal 2024, which has now ended. And then I also have my Advent Calendar release news that I'll share with you. I'm going to have a long life update section. And if you're not interested in that, I've been trying to figure out how in the world to get chapters, timestamps. I have tried it multiple times. I've followed the instructions. It's not working. I don't know why. I'll try again and we'll see if it works. Then I will share projects that I've finished and that I'm working on, some happy mail, and I'll finish with shop news. So there's a lot going on. Let's get started because it has been a while and it's been busy. So first of all, let's announce the winners for the make-along. Let me get the prizes out. I'm sorry that I was not able to get anything posted. I had so many grand intentions. I was going to make 2 videos. I even started the process and did all the research. A video of crochet mermaid inspired projects and one of knitting mermaid inspired projects, and I was going to share my own projects, but it has been busy and we'll get into that into life update. So I have winners to announce because it's over now. So the first winner from Instagram, all the Instagram entries, is KC_knits. Yay! KC_knits. The prize that I have for you is this. Ooh, look at that. This mini skein set. This is from Gem State and it's called Confetti. And I love it. And I also have a stitch marker from the Littlest Charm Co. And it is the cutest. Let me show you. It is a polymer clay charm. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. So adorable. So I have that for you. I gotta get it all wrapped up again. So what you need to do is to contact me through my email, which is listed in the description of this video. And then I need to get your full name, well, your first and last name. I don't need a middle name, and your mailing address, and I can get that shipped off to you. I've got to write down what your prize is. Okay. And then for the Facebook entry giveaway, there was only one. So good job because you win this. Debbie Kershaw, and she knit some gorgeous colorwork socks that were mermaid inspired, mermaid themed, and I loved it. And your prize is going to be this sock set from the Yarn Prairie, and it's Swashbuckle, and a stitch marker also from Littlest Charm Co. I put it on backwards. Let me fix that so you can see it because it's so adorable. Let's put it on the right way. Isn't that cute? So that plus these adorable hair clips that are shells. Super cute. Okay, So also, Debbie, you need to contact me through email. And if I don't hear from you by the time I post next, then I will draw a new winner. Okay, I got to write down. Now it's time to talk about the big ta-da, the Advent calendar. Everybody has been asking me, many people have been asking me if I was going to have an Advent calendar. I told you, I think last time or sometime, that yes, I am going to have one. And I now have the theme ready to share with you. Are you ready? I'm going to give you 2 clues first. So clue number 1 right here. Make your guess as to the theme. Okay, clue number 2. This is a bit more obvious. I'm sure you've got it figured out now. Are you ready? I'm like drum roll, whatever. And the theme is Curiouser and Curiouser. It's going to be Christmas in Wonderland, because many of you know how much I love Alice in Wonderland. The books Through the Looking Glass and Adventures in Wonderland, I love. I also love Alice in Wonderland, the Disney movie, and I love the ride there. I just love it all. So, if you would like to purchase an Advent, what it's going to include are 24 20-gram minis and 1 full skein. And then I will have 1 medium-sized extra and then a couple of little extras. So to order that, you need to go to the link that I have in the description below, and it's going to say Curiouser and Curiouser Advent form or pre-order, and it'll have a link for it. What it is you fill out a form and then I send you an invoice to pay. I'm not doing it through Etsy because you have to ship within 12 weeks. So, or else they close down your shop. It doesn't really work. So I was trying to figure out a way to do this. I send you a PayPal invoice. PayPal also wants you to send it out, but they're not, closing my shop. So that's how I'm doing it. I have a limited number of spots, and already I've got about 1/3 of them claimed. So I do have 3 options though. I have 20-gram minis that are fingering weight sock yarn, my regular simple syrup base, or 20-gram DK sock minis, or here's the interesting option. I don't know if anyone will choose it because I'm going to tell you it costs twice as much, but it is 24 20-gram minis of lace weight mohair, as well as for the full skein, it would be a 50-gram full skein of lace weight mohair rather than a 100-gram skein. But I just think, how fun would that be to have all those minis of mohair? That would be so much fun. So not quite as much fun to dye, but it would just be fun, I think, to have a mohair Advent calendar. I might do that for myself. So you get to choose from those 3 options. That will stay open until they sell out, or I think I'm trying to remember the date. It's the middle of June, whichever comes first. Oh, poor Luna. She's just not happy with me because I've got the door closed. I don't want her coming in, and she's sitting outside the door whining. Okay, I'm just so excited about this theme. Love it. So many fun ideas. I love the color palette that I have chosen. So I hope you're looking forward to it as well. All right, let's get into life update because there's a lot. Last time I left you, I was getting ready for the Fiber Festival and I had started treatment for Lyme disease. So I'm still continuing treatment for Lyme disease, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been rough. That's actually one of the main reasons I haven't recorded, because any of the days that I had time, I just was not feeling up to it. But I am also thankful that I'm in the process, because you can never get better unless you start. You can't recover unless you start the recovery process. So that's how it is, like with my jaw treatment for TMJ. I'm still in the middle of that. It's ever ongoing, but you know what? You have to start somewhere. So today is a better day. I actually just came from the massage therapist, because that helps so much with my my jaw. Like, I work on my neck to help my jaw, and what I have found is that actually is extremely helpful for TMJ, but it has been equally helpful for Lyme disease, for all the muscle pain, and she also does lymphatic massage, so to help flush all the toxins out. So that's been very helpful. But now I've got like really greasy, stringy hair. It doesn't matter though, because I feel much better. But the Great Basin Fiber Arts Festival that I've been preparing for, that has come and gone, and it was a great success. I really enjoyed it. I was worried about having enough stamina and about feeling well, but my daughter Claire and Nadia, they both came and helped me run the booth. Claire came and helped me with setup, and they both helped me with takedown, as did my husband Jason. And it was really fun because Ella came with the kids also at one point. So all of us were together, and it was really sweet. I did take a picture, which I'm very happy that I can have that saved. Oh, it was so wonderful though. It was great to see a lot of my returning customers that come each year. And it was also really great to see new ones, meet new friends. And it was kind of crazy though at times, where there were just so many people in the booth that I would see somebody across the booth that I'm like, oh, I really wanted to talk to them, but it was busy and I couldn't get over to them, you know, as I was visiting with somebody else or helping a customer. So I'm sorry if I was not able to meet with you, but also, you know, I also was trying really hard to conserve energy so I could keep going all the way through. And I did really great until the very end of takedown, when I just was like, I've got to just sit here for a while and let other people pack up, which they did, and it was great. So I'm thankful. I did have one of my lovely customers who came, and friends, I consider her friend. She brought me some prickly pear jam one year to try, because I had a prickly pear colorway, and that was really fun to try it, because I had never tried that jam before. But she came and brought a shawl that she had made from last year's Advent, so I wanted to share that photo with you here. I just think it's so pretty. And she did tell me the name of the shawl, which I've forgotten, but I will include it in the show notes. And then after the Great Basin Fiber Arts Festival, everything else happened, because I had spent a month preparing for it, and everything was like, okay, once the Fiber Festival is over, then I'll do that. Once the Fiber Festival is over, then I will tackle that project. Well, that all came due. And so it was just as busy after as it was before. But did get to go with my daughter Ella and the grandkids to the Tulip Festival at Thanksgiving Point, which was so fun. I've been wanting to go to that for years, and I haven't managed to. Schedules have never worked. And then this year I thought, oh, I'm just missing it this year too. And she said, I've got a ticket for you. Do you want to go? I was like, I would love to go. Well, I don't know how much walking I'll be able to do, but it was fine. It was fine. We just went slow because we were with the grandkids. I loved it. I loved it so much, and I plan to go every year now. I do have, of a lot of these things, I do have videos on my Patreon account of like vlogs of a lot of these. So if you're interested in seeing more, then you can go to my Patreon And I only have one tier, and it's just one video a week where I just share some extra things. So you're welcome to go and check that out if you like. You can join as a free member and see a preview of most of the videos, I believe, so you can get an idea of what there is there. Let's see what else happened. Nadia had her choir performance, and it was spectacular. It was so amazing. The music was sensational. The performance was so great. All of the directors, save one, were amazing. The one, he kind of ruined it for them all, and there were many people that left after that, unfortunately. But everything else was fantastic. But that was Nadia's last time performing with them, just because of that. Unfortunately, you know, when they say one bad apple spoils the bunch, that's kind of how it was there. But the music was just amazing. So, I've been wanting to share this with you for so long. I did a swap with my friend Kelly, Mimi K Makes. She's in Australia. I reached out to her earlier this year sometime, and she had been dyeing some cotton yarn, and I don't know anything about dyeing plant fibers. I dye protein fibers. That's what I do. That's what I know. And she is so talented, and I proposed a swap with her. It's like, hey, you know, I would love to send you some of my yarn and do a swap. And especially because I love to try just treats from other cultures, other countries, things that maybe we wouldn't have here. And so we also traded some of those things. So let me show you. I've got some stuff here for a project I want to make with it. Okay, it was wrapped more beautifully, but it's in this box. That was a lot of the treat, was how it was wrapped. There's my cute card. I stuck this on here because this was on one of the packages, and I just thought it was cute, so I kept it. It's Mimi K Makes. I started winding some of these. I forgot because I was going to start a project with it last week, and then I didn't feel well enough to finish. But I'll show you some of the extras that were in there first. Well, I already ate this. I was excited to try this because anytime somebody asks, what is your favorite candy? I always say anything with chocolate, nuts, and cherries. That combination, love. This had that and coconut, which I love coconut. I also love caramel. Okay, so I ate that. I also had some of the koala caramellos. Oh, yummy. And then there's this really cute towel. Luna. It is really, really fun. I want to take it out of here now. Now that I've shown you, I can take everything out and use it. And then also, there's this little bit of fabric. Let me open it up. A fat quarter of Australian animals. And this would be perfect, of course, for making a project bag. I always think, first of all, of project bags. And then I like to think about like stuff for my grandkids. What could I make for my grandkids? Could this make a cute dress or a top or a toy or something like that? But this would be a perfect project bag fabric. Okay, and then the yarns. All of the yarns are cotton. There's several minis and then one that's a full skein. And the minis are all 25 grams of 8-ply cotton that are worsted weight. Worsted, no, they're DK weight. Okay, I'll hold the box up, see if you can see it. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. So the very first day was this one. And when I opened that, oh my goodness, I knew I was gonna love everything. This might be my favorite one. It's hard to say, but this was the first day. And then this is the full skein. Actually, I didn't weigh it to see how much is on here, but this is the size of the other minis. Oh, they're so fun. So I sat down one day when I was not feeling well enough to work on any project, but I still wanted to play with yarn. And I got out my Nostapinna, if that's how you say it, and started to wind yarn. And they're just so cute. They're so cute. So what I want to make with this, I want to make some bags. I want to do granny square bags. I'm going to tell you a secret. I have never made a granny square. Wait, is that true? That's not true. I have crocheted a sunburst granny square one time. All with, you know, one yarn. That's it. That's all I've done. And I want to make granny squares. So what I want to do, I want to make matching or coordinating, all with this yarn, crossbody fanny pack, you know, like those crossbody bags where it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 granny squares per bag. And you put one on the front, one on the back, and then you have one on the side that folds over. So it's like a triangle. Anyways, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. If you crochet, you've seen it. I want to make one for myself and each of my girls because I just thought that would be fun, and I would line it, add zippers. We'll see how adventurous I get. I probably should make one first to see if it even works for me. But then we'll see how adventurous I get. But for the strap, I saw something online. I don't even remember where, but I saw it somewhere else and thought that would be perfect for a bag strap. It would be perfect. And it's these little links. I ordered a rainbow pack of them on Amazon, which I can share the link below. I wouldn't make any, not commission, any money on them, but I can share links to things. But there's a whole bunch of different colors here, and I thought these would be really fun to make straps with. So they have a little notch on here, and you push them together and link them together, and then once those connections are made, you flip it around and now it won't come apart. So I could make them rainbow, whatever colors I like. I could do them all one color. Anyways, I just thought these would match perfectly and would be really cute to make straps for it. Luna, she's still out there. Normally she like gives up after a few minutes and stops whining. Guess she's not going to right now. So I'm really excited to make that. I actually want to get started on that right away, which is why I started winding the yarn. Okay, next in Life Update. That was part of Life Update because I did a swap and it was fun. I sent her, up there I have 2 mini packs. The Mermaid minis, my Mermaid Kingdom collection, and the Lemonade Stand collection, which both of those have been very, very popular. And I sent her both of those and some other fun things. So that was an enjoyable swap. I used to do a million swaps, and then I don't know if you're like me, you get really excited about it and you sign up for a whole bunch and then you kind of get overwhelmed and burned out. So it's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, what's next? Oh, I went and took a little drive down to Petit Four and Pearls, which is a local yarn shop. Not too far from here, but that's where I did the trunk show earlier in the year. And they had a little meet and greet because Natalie from Nitty Natty was making her stop in Utah, and she was only here for, well, she was in Utah for a little while, but she was visiting national parks, but she was visiting one yarn store. And so we stopped there with one of my friends from my knitting group, Marilyn, and we got to meet her, which was fun, and to talk with her. And it was just very chill, relaxed. You know, everybody kind of had a project there, and we sat around the big table and visited for a little bit, and I thought that was really fun. Oh, and it's fun because she likes to have a like souvenir skein from each of the states and from, I think, each of the yarn shops. And some of my yarn was in Petit Four and Pearls, so she got one of my skeins of, all of a sudden, not Royal Ruby, which is an old-fashioned like soda fountain drink. That's what that's from. What else? Okay, we're just starting. Oh, okay. I have been wanting to go to this, and once again, just like the Tulip Festival, have missed it each year. I find out about it after the fact. It just isn't on my radar. But Vintage Market Days happened here, which is a really fun one. I wanted to go to that, and I thought I'm just going to go by myself because there's just no time on the days on the weekend. But on this Thursday, I think, on a Thursday or Friday, something like that, I had some time. And then I called my husband and I said, how would you feel about last minute taking the day off and going with me on a day trip to Vintage Market Days? And we ended up going, and it was really fun. One of the things I love, which is kind of crazy because I can't eat a lot of foods, is I love food trucks. I don't love the food truck that has like tamales and tacos at the gas station down the street from me. But I like when you go somewhere and it's like a food truck event. So this Vintage Market Days, they were smart and they had a whole slew of food trucks. And so I was excited to go look around at them and see what they have. What I love is when they have a good theme, because I love a good theme. And so here are some of my favorite food trucks. There was one also that I did end up getting a drink from, and it was a truck that had old-fashioned sodas like root beer, sarsaparilla, cream soda. I'm trying to remember what other drinks, I don't remember, but they were all in these like wooden barrels, and it was all carried in like a old-fashioned Pioneer wagon, which you could kind of see in this picture, but not quite. So I got the sarsaparilla, which was very good. And then my husband ended up getting some barbecue. He loves barbecue. I don't really like that. So, you know, I'm not a fan of smoky flavors of smoked meats, any of that kind of thing. He got some ribs. And then I got tacos from a taco truck because tacos are usually a safer bet. So, and it was very yummy. Let's see, what did I get there? I ended up getting the cutest little doll wardrobe cabinet. It's not an antique or even vintage, but it was adorable. And then I did get a handful of these little pouches, zipper pouches made from old quilts. I love that. It's such a great way to use up something that may not be usable otherwise. Like, Can you see how this is threadbare? My nails are, my nail polish is disastrous. Maybe I shouldn't do any up close things. Anyways, I just thought those were really cute. I went trying to find some things for our bathroom project that we were doing. I didn't find what I was looking for. I was looking for some artwork or some sort of art piece. And I found something, but it wouldn't quite work. So anyways, I was looking for that, and I was looking for a cool old towel storage solution. Didn't find either of those. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, Mother's Day. I took my mom for Mother's Day brunch the day before to the Grand America. Oh, it was so fun. I loved it. I loved it. Everything's 1930s themed. And, well, they didn't have any reservations available when I called ahead. I mean, they were booked way early. But I asked, can I come and just walk in? What would be a good time to do that? And they told me what time would be a good time, and they got us right in. But they seated us right next to the live music, which was an electric guitar, drums, and was it a cello? Yeah, it wasn't a string bass, but a cello. And it was really great music. It was fun. They were playing classic rock, like 80s and 90s. It was fun, but loud, so it was hard to hear. But it was nice because it was a buffet and they had a lot of options. So there were things I could eat, and my mom enjoyed that because she got to try lots of different things, and I had a great time. We went to see 2 movies this last month. I feel like there's always those movie slumps where there's just nothing that's worth seeing for most of the year. And then once or twice in the year, there's something, and I'm like, ooh, good, let's go see it. So we went to see Fall Guy. My husband and I loved it so much. I loved it. It's like the perfect combination for me and my husband to watch together. Here's the recipe for the perfect combination. It needs to be action, like action, adventure, comedy, and romance. You have those 3 things together. Gold, pure gold. There's another one. What was it? Something City. The Lost City. Loved that one. That's the same kind of thing. That makes me think of, it's like the same plot as, what is it from the 80s? Oh, I just forgot the name of it, with Michael Douglas. Oh, I can't remember. Anyways, there's another movie called Night and Day with Tom Cruise. That one's the same formula. Anyways, it was really fun. And then, okay, here's the really, really fun one. I was looking for something to go watch, and my daughter Nadia went and saw the movie If. And she said, Mom, you're gonna love it. You're going to love it. You've got to go see it. So I looked up to see when the showing when it was available, and I was looking at my schedule, and the only time I had was early in the morning, the very first showing at like maybe 9:20, something like that. But there was not a single ticket sold for the whole theater, because who's going to see this at 9:20 in the morning? Nobody, obviously. I thought, it would be so fun. I should see if any of my friends want to go, and we could make it a party because we'd have the theater to ourselves, because it was the day before. So I sent a message out to my knitting group, asked if anybody could come, and it ended up being just my sister Emily and I. And I took a little like reading light so I could have that, and it was June 1st. No. May something, whatever the first day of summer sock camp was. It was that Friday. And we both took yarn, and we cast on for summer sock camp at 9:20 in the morning and watched the movie If all by ourselves in the theater. We could talk to each other, eat our snacks, have our lights on. It didn't matter. It was so much fun. I highly recommend doing that. So the hard thing is I couldn't do it ahead of time because people might buy tickets. So you gotta, like, it's gotta be last minute and look for a showing when nobody really wants to go. Or you have to reserve a theater, and I'm not about to do that, so. And I thought the movie was cute. I wouldn't say that I loved it. I didn't dislike it. It was just cute. It was cute. But what was great was going with my sister, casting on for summer sock camp, eating fun snacks. I loved that. What else? There's been so many things. Maybe we should cut stuff out. Let's see. We'll do, gardening. I've been doing a lot of gardening, and I've had to be very careful about it. So I was adopting my friend's way of doing things, where she's like, I have to pull 1 bucket full of weeds a day, and that's all I have to do. And I thought, I could do that. That would take me no time at all. I've got like nothing but weeds. The problem is I go out there and I pull a bucket of weeds, and then I see something over here I could do real quick, and then something over there I could do real quick, and then next thing you know, I've been out there for 2 hours, and then I'm like bedridden for the rest of the day. So I've learned my lesson, and now it's like twice a week I can do some. But I did get the fairy garden cleaned up and some things planted. And so Claire came with me, and we took my granddaughter Alex to the garden center, and we picked out some flowers and came back and I planted them in the fairy garden. And then my granddaughter came and helped me with inviting the fairies into the garden, and she placed a lot of things where she wanted them to go, and it was so cute. That might have to be a tradition. It might have to be a thing. Setting up the fairy garden with grandma. I think that would be a fun one. Let's see. We'll skip over to the last thing. This last weekend was my husband's birthday, and we went to K-Pot. It's a Korean hot pot and barbecue place we haven't been to before, and just on a whim, we're driving by and saw it, and I'm like, I think that's what that is, but it looked so unassuming. It looked like this tiny place, and I'm like, well, let's walk in and see if they have anything that's gluten-free. And we walked in and asked them that. It was this huge place. You wouldn't even know from the outside. I had no idea. It was huge. It was super fun. And they had a lot of gluten-free options, a lot of things I could eat. So we ended up doing that. Loved it. Decided we did not like their hot pot, but we did like the barbecue part. So we'll do that again sometime. And then that was the day before his birthday, and on his birthday yesterday, I grilled some ribs and corn and made some apple crisp. Is that everything? Yeah, just made his favorite foods, and we watched Ready Player One before it left the streaming platform, whichever one it was, yesterday. I actually really, really liked it. I thought it was fun. So I've had a 2-month break, I think, from work. Well, from dyeing yarn. I've still been doing administrative stuff and posting things on Instagram, mailing orders out, but I'm going to be back at it next week, kind of on light duty, not my regular schedule, because I'm still working on my treatment and recovery for Lyme disease and TMJ. But I'm kind of a little bit apprehensive about getting back to work, but I'm also itching to get back to work. Okay, well, that was a lot. So let's get into projects. Wow, that was so long. Okay, finished objects. Let's start with this one. You haven't even seen it at all. I haven't shared this on this podcast at all because it was a secret test knit. Ooh, how fun. This is from the Garden Doodle, what's wrong with my brain? Garden Doodle Cowl pattern from Pacific Knit Co. So there's always two options with her patterns where you can do a single-sided one or a double-sided. Do I have these here? Here we go. Here we go. Single-sided is this one, and double-sided is like this, but you make a really long tube and the pattern ends up vertical on your neck. This one, the pattern ends up horizontal on your neck, but it's not as thick. I wanted the pattern to end up horizontal, but I also wanted the inside to be finished. So I ended up making a long tube, and instead of connecting the long tube ends together this way, I folded it inside of itself to make the lining, and Kitchener, you know, like grafted it together here. So the inside is just lined with a light green. I had dyed sock sets, the peppermint twist sock sets one time, and I accidentally dyed all the minis for them with DK weight instead of fingering weight minis. So I had a whole bunch of those, and they were just sitting there, and I just didn't know what I was going to do with them. And then I thought that'll be perfect to go with this. So that's what I used. And I used my Cinnamon Bears colorway Palm Springs green, Dream House, which is inspired by the Barbie Dream House. And then this is more of that light green color. So I finished that one, and this was a secret test knit because normally she has you share your progress all along the way. She's just happy to have you share that, which is fun. But this was for a yarn crawl. This was the project that was going to be released for that, and they didn't want it shared until the week of the yarn crawl, I think. So so I finished that one. I like to do test knits for Jamie. They're always fun. Okay, what else did I finish? I finished socks. I don't even know if I shared this at all. I don't remember. It's been too long, but I had a sock set that I released for the Fiber Arts Festival, and it was called Yumi is the sock set. If you're a fan of fantasy genre of books, then you will be familiar with Brandon Sanderson, and one of his books was called Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, which sounds like a, you know, scary book, but it's not. It was fascinating. So I knit a pair of socks with that sock set. And I used a free pattern called Minecraft Socks, designed by Heather Cox. I just printed it on I printed it like half size so it would fit in my project bag easier. And I knit these on a 2.25 millimeter sock needle. I always use Chiagu red lace whenever possible. That's my favorite. But sometimes if I don't have the needle and I have it in a different brand, I'll use it. Sometimes I will wait until I can buy that because I love it so much. But it's very, very simple sock with a very fun texture to it. Yeah, I really enjoy that. Okay, and then also I finished my first pair for summer sock camp. I have to show you the bag that I'm using first of all. Is that not fabulous? I ordered this from Amazon. Once again, I'll have to have a link for that. I gotta write these down or I'll forget that I need a link to that. I'll have to write that in a minute. I have a bag for summer sock camp that I got a couple of years ago, and it has the very campy feel to it. Camp camp, like outdoorsy feel to it. And I thought this will always be my summer sock camp project bag. But then when she announced that it's going to be 80s, 90s themed, you know that I love that. And I needed a very colorful bag. And that's super 80s, 90s. Yeah. It's actually big enough to hold, you know, multiple sock projects. But let me show you what I made. So this is a sock set from Dandelion and Dogwood. And it's called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And it is based off of a book with that title. And this is the main skein wound up. And the two minis. That's what I have left. And I've finished the socks this morning, minus weaving in the ends of half of one of the socks. So here it is. See, this is the one that needs those ends woven in. So I started this in the dark. I could not find what I call my old lady neck light, my old lady knitting light. I could not find it, and I was in such a hurry because we had to get to the movies, and I needed a light. So I have a book light. Here's my book light. And it has different settings. And so I grabbed that and I just stuck that in my shirt and used that, and it worked perfect. So I gotta turn it, I forgot to turn it off. I just have to hold the button down for a minute. Okay, so I did not want to knit just a plain stockinette sock. I have done enough of those, and sometimes I will do it, but I knew this yarn would look best if it was stockinette. And I thought, well, I'm going to add a little bit of texture because I have a pair of socks that I knit with a skein of my carousel colorway, which is dyed so that it will kind of swirl up the leg. And I knew this yarn would do the same thing. So I've knit a pair of socks using this pattern with my carousel colorway, and I liked how it looked, where it has just these little bars going across. This is called the Francis sock by Emily Clausen from Salt City Knits. And I thought I could do that because I'll have a light. If it was just stockinette, I wouldn't need it, but I will need it because it has a little pattern in the theater. And I thought, well, let's add a little interest and add some little stripes to it. And I knew that this was going to swirl down the leg, and I thought we'll just add some, while that's swirling down the leg, we'll add stripes. That's not brilliant of me because they're not high enough contrast, but also what it did is it broke up the swirling pattern. It's still cute. I still think they're cute socks. And I do love the colorway. But I did not want to mess up once again the swirling pattern. So I knew I was going to need a short row heel. And I can't say that I'm a big fan of knitting most short row heels, but I remember using the shadow wrap for short rows in one of Amy's patterns from And Other Knits, formerly Taylor S Studio. It's like the artist formerly known as Prince. Amy, you're the And Other Knits, formerly known as Taylor S Studio. My brain, it's not firing on all cylinders. Anyways, so I looked up a tutorial for a shadow wrap heel, and that was so easy. I really like it. I always do a heel flap and a gusset because it fits so well, but the process of doing this was so much more enjoyable. I have to say, I do not like knitting a gusset. I don't mind, like the heel flap, the heel turn, picking up stitches, fine. But I hate knitting the gusset. I really do. I don't have to worry about a gusset. I might just have to do this from now on. I didn't make them my size, so I can't speak to the fit really well. They're just a little small. I made them just a random size. I think they're around a size 8 because I'm working on gift knitting. But super fun. First pair done for summer sock camp. So the second pair, I'm probably going to knit a pattern that was designed by my friend Ashley. She is my Handmade Day on Instagram and possibly on Ravelry. I don't remember, but she designed for Mermaid, the Mermaid Mal, a sock pattern. So not only did she knit a pair of socks for her entry, but she designed a sock pattern. And she just released it, and it's called, I think, the Mystic Waves socks. And that pattern is available for free on Ravelry the whole month. Go get it. I think that's the one I'm gonna knit next because it's perfect to use for my minis. Oh, I'm really excited about that one. Okay, that's all my finished objects. I had planned to finish for Mermaid my cardigan. Okay. But I actually didn't knit or crochet anything for about 3 weeks. And I just didn't have enough oomph to do that, or brain power. And then when I did have the ability, I needed something that I didn't have to think about, so I knit socks. So I did work on this, and actually it's a substantial amount. It doesn't look like it, but I did not get it done. And that was my goal, was to get this cardigan finished for the Mermaid make-along. But it's okay, because this project won't go bad. I can keep making it. I can keep working on it. It's just, I had a goal to finish it for one thing. It was taking too much time, so I set a new goal for doing it in May. The new goal is just finish it someday, so I'm not going to stress. But last time, that's where I was, and I've done all that. You would think, that's not very much. But let me tell you, it takes me about 40 minutes for one row, unless it has a bobble, and then it takes me over an hour. And there are 1, 2, 3 bobble rows in there, and I think I have 25 rows that I've done right there. That's a substantial amount. It probably wouldn't take me as long, like I said, if I could think a little bit more clearly, but that's one of the things that I've just noticed is my brain is quite foggy. So I'm just not going to stress about that anymore. I'm just going to work on it when I work on it and be happy when it's done. I also did not finish my crochet. Oh no, the yarn rolled under there. Okay, I didn't finish my crochet sweater, the Pretty Bobble sweater. Oh, I didn't tell you, the cardigan is the Prairie by Locatelli, using several of my Mermaid Kingdom collection colorways. The Pretty Bobble sweater. This was an Easter Advent project, and I was all gung-ho on that one, but I had the same kind of thing where it's like, I can't think well enough to work on it. But I mean, I still did get a lot done, and it's almost finished. So let me show you. This was an Advent exchange for Easter that I did with some people in my knitting group that said they wanted to participate, and Emily, my sister, ended up getting my name. And so the yarns that I used primarily from hers, I had 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I didn't use them necessarily in order, but we'll say 12, was the majority of the body. And then the rest are minis that I had, that I pulled in from different places. And I'm holding it together with, because it's fingering weight yarn that I had mini skeins, I'm holding it together with Mohair, just a bare one. And look, I've got that much done on that sleeve and that much done on that sleeve. I've done some decreases, and I need to try it on again and see how long I need to make it before doing the cuffs. And then I'm going to block it before I pick up and crochet the bottom border, because I want to see how long it is, and then I'll know how long I want to add on the bottom, if anything. Because this is all superwash wool, which will stretch a lot, and that was kind of the idea, because this is a dense project. It is going to be so warm, because crochet is more dense than knitting. But blocking it will open things up and hopefully make it a little more drapey, a little more loose. I don't want it to be overly fitted. So this is something that doesn't need to be finished anytime soon, because I won't be able to wear it now that it's warmer, but I do want to finish it soon so that it can be a finished project ready for winter and I can do other projects. So I'm going to hopefully be finishing this one right away, because like I said, I like to finish projects. Then I'll have 2 left. So here's my other one that didn't really get, well, it did get a good amount of work since I showed you last, but then it sat there for 3-4 weeks with 0 progress. Was my Lisa Frank inspired cowl using the Jungle Doodle Cowl chart, one of the charts from Pacific Knit Co. And this is what I was calling my Lisa Frank collection of colorways, because they're all neons plus the black and the kind of magenta colorway that I'm using in the spots. So I have these colorways in my shop minus this purple one, which I'll be dyeing next week when I'm dyeing yarn. Again, that one's sold out, but I'll dye some more. So I got through, it needed this much knit. No. From here to here is 1 repeat. Then I needed to do that all again. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 3. 3 more. I only need 3 more, and then it's done. This one also is one of those where it's 3 strands of color work in the same row. I want to just get it done, but I gotta focus a little too much. Look, these are bags that I had for sale at the Fiber Festival. I think they're so cute. I have been wanting these Sun Jelly bags. I have been wanting them, and they have not been readily available in the US. So I have been looking all over trying to find, where I can get them for a reasonable price. And then I came across some and snagged them for my shop. I do have some left, but they're not really something that I can ship easily. I haven't figured that out, so I don't know if I will put them in my shop, the rest of them, or if they'll just be mine or gifts. But I love them. Love them. Perfect for knitting, perfect for the beach, perfect for whatever. I love it. That's all of my projects that I'm working on right now. So there's so many I want to make. So here's the thing, Make 9. I made my Make 9 board. I knit a scrappy pair of socks from it. I'm still working on my cardigan. That's all that I've had from there. I'm not getting through 9 projects. It's okay, but they're ones that I really want to make. So I think it's time for me to just say, it's okay if that cardigan doesn't get done. Let's start in on some of the other ones. It's fine. But I have been liking having very few projects. But then I don't have anything that's kind of like mindless knitting. So then I cast on another one that I'm not really as excited about, as the Make 9, because I just want to make those, but all of them require too much thought. Oh well. Oh, I did make these. I totally forgot. Okay, I was on Instagram the other day. I'm gonna have to find the post and to share that, like the name of the creator, in my show notes. But there was somebody that was showing that they were using mohair scraps that they held triple So they were like, I don't know if you've ever heard of chain plying on the fly, and it's where you have like, what is the loop? A slip knot. You have a slip knot where you can pull that loop, you pull it really long, and that gives you 3 strands if you hold them together. And before you get to the end, you pull a new loop through that and pull it long. And that's how you can get 3 strands from one skein held together. And I saw that where you're just using mohair scraps, and she said it took her like 10 grams of mohair for one scrunchie is what she was making. Was making a scrunchie, and they looked so cute. So immediately I went and grabbed my mohair scraps because I thought, that is mindless. I can do that. So I have a box of mohair scraps, and I grabbed my closest needle that I had. I did not have the size that she used. I think she used a size 10, which was 6 millimeter, and I had a 9. So I thought, I'm just going to try that and we'll see. I will add a couple of extra stitches, and I will add a couple of extra rows just to make sure it's big enough. Well, I decided when I was looking at hers that the style of it was meant to not, like a scrunchie, oftentimes you'll open it and twist it and put it in your hair. But hers, it was designed more to like put around a ponytail or a bun without twisting it. And I thought, my daughter who would wear this will want more ease so that it could be twisted. So instead of casting on 50 stitches, I cast on 65, and I knit 22 rounds. And then you add in just a regular hair elastic before it gets closed, and you'll have to watch her video to see how that's done. And then you bind off, and this is the bind off edge. It turned out so cute, and this made me think, I don't know why, of like a sea anemone. I don't know why, but I was like, that's a mermaid project. Anyways, so instead of chain plying on the fly, I have a lot of scraps, but not quite, like many of them aren't 10 grams. They might be 5 grams. Like this one was 5 grams. And so I thought I will just hold 3 different scraps together and blend them together into a different color. So I had this bear one. This is the name of that one that I got at a fiber festival many years ago at Stitches West on clearance for like $7 before I was dyeing yarn. And then I have this one, which I've forgotten the name of, that I had left over from a sweater I knit for my daughter. And then I had this is the last little bit left over, which is my Lyme colorway. And I held those 3 together. So like a dusty sage green, a bright green, and a cream gave me this. So it's hard to see. It doesn't want to focus. It's not that bright of a green, but it's also not that soft, and it's not white. So then my daughter looked at it and she's like, I will wear it, but I would like it to still have more ease, because look, it ends up not being as fluffy. So the next one I made, I cast on 80 stitches, and I did the same thing. I knit 22 rounds, added in the elastic, and this is what I got. So let's see. She probably would still like even more. I don't know, but I think I made 2 and I'm done. And here are the colors that I used to get that combination. I used these 3 colors. Oh, it's falling. These 3 colors, and I got this. So I'm done with that. It was fun. I had to go buy elastics, hair elastics, to make those two. So now I have a whole bunch if I feel like making more later. But those would be fun gifts for my daughter's friends. So I could do that. I could do that sometime. It was quick and easy. All right, let's move on to Happy Mail. I had lots of sweet things, but I'm going to share these two with you. So I had sent a gift off last year to a friend, and a gift is just that, a gift with no expectations. But all of a sudden in the mail, I had a surprise, which was a return gift from her. She had knit the sweetest thing. Are you ready? Just a minute. I thought it had the name of it. Nope, it doesn't have the name of this project. It is a cowl that she knit for me. I love cowls and I love this shape so much. Look at that. Love that. Oh, that was just so unbelievably thoughtful. She said this was knit in Paper Crane Yarns, which is local to her, which I love because I love Paper Crane Yarns. Love watching her videos. I love her colorways, her aesthetic, and that's actually the reason why I'm knitting a Prairie cardigan, because she knit one and I loved it so much. So thank you so much. I'm not saying who it was that gave it to me because I forgot to ask. And she also sent me some little minis to add to my collection and a little notepad set, and it had a pen in it, which I already opened and have been using. Some little fun extras, but that was such a fun surprise. It's just so amazing when somebody knits or crochets for me, because I know what it takes. I know the work that goes into it. Oh, love that. And then, oh, there was one other little mini. I knew there was one more. I really like that one. Okay. And then this was a gift from one of my friends. And I haven't even opened it yet. This is the problem when I wait too long to record. Okay, I'm sure many of you have seen these. We've got a little wooden disc, and then this thing right here that goes through the disc, and then there's a clasp. Let me put that on here. Just a minute, come on. It's removable because it needs to be. Just a minute. And then a handle that goes on that. Let me put that together. Okay, I'm sure you've seen these all over the place, but if not, you know what? You put a cake of yarn on here and you can knit on the go. So if you want it to be like less bulky than a project bag, all you need for summer sock camp knitting. How fun. I don't know where this came from. It doesn't even say on here. Does it? Nope. But that was really fun. A really fun gift from my friend. If you know where these are from, you should put that in the comments below so other people can find it. All right, we're at the end, ready for shop news. Okay. So after the Fiber Festival, I had a lot of yarn that I made sure to dye plenty so I could restock my shop, and there's a lot of it here. Some of the things have sold out. I've got a whole bunch over here. I've got a whole bunch over here. I've got things all over the place, but I wanted to share some of them with you. Some of the things that I have. The the yarns that were most popular at the Fiber Festival, it's interesting to see what's popular in person versus online. They're usually very different, and it's hard to gauge what they're going to be. But all of this right here, all of the Barbie themed yarns were a huge hit. Like, I sold out of quite a few of those, and some of them I sold most of them, and some of them I've had to restock, but they were really popular. So in that right here, I sold a lot of these. These were really, really fun. And I showed these to you last time. You got to be the first to see them. My Barbie yarns that are put into 2 different mini skein bundles. This is the Glitz Bait, wait just a minute, Glam bundle. It says that on the front. And this is the Glitz. The Glitz means it has stellina in it. And they're also, a lot of them, kind of like softer. This bow is fun, but it makes it hard to see. Softer colorways. And the Glam is not on a stellina, and they're more bold colorways, a lot of them. But I have on the back, I have the Barbies that they're inspired by, and the base on there. And these were really fun. I did source boxes that I can safely ship these in, because that was my concern, is how do I ship these to you? So I have a handful of these left, and I have more of these left, but I do have both in the shop currently. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, I've only got 4 of these left, but I rarely make project bags, but for the Fiber Festival, I usually want to have some. I like having them. So I did have a couple of different project bags, and these are the ones that I have left. I've got 4 of these that are like shawl size project bags. And look, they've got hand sewn little embellishments that are sparkly. And each one might have slightly different because of the placement of the fabric, like when it's cut out. Look at that. That one's fun. So these are, it's a Small World themed. And the inside is a pale minty green. So I've got 4 of those left. And then I have a whole bunch, this is just a small selection of them, but a whole bunch of penny candy stitch markers in my shop. I've got a few of the Lucky Star sets that I make from time to time to go with my Lucky Star socks, the yarn sets. There's different kinds of candies, gummy bears. What else? Lots of fun things. I have a lot more as well, but I haven't been able to get them photographed and uploaded. But that's what I've got to show you right now in that. Then I restocked for summer sock camp my Lucky Star sock sets. These are fun because they have one main skein, and this one is my Jawbreaker colorway. And then there are 8 10-gram mini skeins. And you can knit anything you want with this, but I designed this to go with my Lucky Star sock pattern. And then so this is the retro wave version. And then this is the roller rink version where it's black with neons. So those are in my shop right now. And then if you have been following me, at the beginning of the year, I started a mystery mini skein club where it is 5 20-gram mini skeins each month based on something childhood favorite memory kind of nostalgia. It's called the Enchanted Nostalgia Mystery Club. And so you can sign up each month, like you sign up 1 month at a time. So you can get the one that you want or skip the one that you don't want. And I'll have a theme that I announce. And then the theme that I announce, that's not the graphic that I use. It's a different one because it's a mystery, remember. And I use a different graphic from that theme to make a postcard from the postcard I dye yarn based on those colors. So let me show you May's. Are you ready? So May's theme was going on an adventure. It just made me think of when you're little, you're always imagining that you're a pirate or that you're treasure hunting or that you're hiking through the jungle. So anyways, here is the postcard that I created for this club. And I'll show you the colorways. If you don't want to see it and you want it to remain a mystery, then you don't need to look right now. But it has already been revealed. Everybody has theirs because that was for May. Let me show you the colorways. Because I still have a few, where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these left. So if you missed out and you want to get it, you can. Okay, let's start. We have this one, which is the water. Then we have this one, which if you look here, it is the background of the sky, that kind of a gradient. Then we have, see if you can figure out where this came from, the boat. Then we have this one. This one was actually, strangely enough, the hardest one to create because I wanted a grungy blackish gray, which is the flag. And then we have this one, which has a smattering of a handful of colors that is representing the kids on the boat here. So that is for May. So if you missed out on it, I still have a handful of those left, so you can order that. When they're gone, they're gone. But I now have June's available, and June's theme I will put right here. So it is Summer Sweet Treats. I don't know if you live in a place where you could hear the ice cream truck coming around your neighborhood in the summertime, and you'd hear that jingle of music and you knew it was summer. I remember always wanting to get something from it, but they were always so overpriced. So it was rare to get anything from the ice cream truck for me. So it was a special treat when it did happen. So this is going to be based on summer sweet treats, because just the nostalgia of that as a child and thinking about all the yummy ice cream and popsicles and those kinds of things. So if you're interested in that, you'll want to sign up for that now before they sell out or expire and we move on to the next month. Is that everything? I feel like I'm missing something, but I think this was long enough. So let's move on. If you made it to the end, congratulations. Gold star for your forehead right there. If you are young and you're wondering what I'm doing here, gold star for your forehead. I think I'm at the tail end of when this happened, but there used to be these gold star stickers that were like gold, what is it called? I don't know. It was like a gold reflective sticker, but not reflective, metallic sticker. And they were like moisture activated. So at school, if you did exceptionally well at something, or your behavior was really good, or whatever your reason, you know, the teacher wanted to reward you, should get one of her little gold stars from this container and should lick it and stick it on your forehead. And everybody could see it and knew that you did a good job. And so it was always a treasure, always a treat to go home with a gold star on your forehead. So that's what that was for, if you are from a younger generation than I am. All right, have a good time. I hope that you join in on summer sock camp. I had plans for another knit along, but I failed miserably at this last one. So I think I'm gonna have to forego that for right now. And I will see you again soon.